Hello, fellow vintage fans. Today's unboxing is going to be a group of items that I shipped to myself from Edinburgh last year, and I'm just now getting around to opening everything up, so this should be an interesting one. We're going to start out with our first item, which is this really cool Cheech Marin fabric doll. I actually have a pair of these. I have Cheech and Chong. This is from Up in Smoke. You can see it's Pedro, plush doll with sound. I am not sure if the sound still works, to be honest. It was made by NECA. It's very collectible. These are the quotations that it's supposed to be able to say, but I'm not 100% sure that it does. The box is not in the greatest of shape. It's torn here, so it's bending over a little bit, but it can be displayed if it's leaned up against something, or you might even be able to fix the box so it fits and works better. And then we have, there he is, all the way around. Up in Smoke was actually the first R-rated movie I ever went to see, which is funny now because I don't even think it'd be PG-13, to be honest. Anyway, that's our item number one. Our next item is Tommy Chong from the same movie, Up in Smoke. Same thing, plush doll with sound. They do have the original tag on them, as you can see at the bottom. Obviously, that's not going to be the price on them because it's in euros, number one. And number two, you know, they are collectible. Anyway, so this is from the same. You have the quotations there on the side. Same thing here on the back as to what they are. Apparently, you can also get head knockers, which I guess are bobbleheads. And there that is again. These are pretty cool. I'm very tempted to keep them myself, but honestly, I don't need much more stuff, especially with my upcoming move. So anyway, that is our second item. This is something a little bit less vintage, obviously, and it's just kind of more of a modern thing, but it's so much fun. I mean, Elton John is vintage, obviously. So this is the Elton John Funko Pop, number 62, in its original box. This is the greatest hits version. The other version is, as you can see on the back, the red, white, and blue version. And there he is. These items all came from a friend of mine who is quite a collector himself, and it was time for him to do some cleaning out, so here we are. All right. This is kind of an item that is probably more collectible now because she's been in the news and everything lately due to her new documentary that she did, in addition to the Pam and Tommy movie that was out for a while ago. So this is the Pamela Anderson as Valerie Irons VIP doll. This is the one in the pink sparkly jacket and pink boots. There are different versions. Action, glamour, style, and thrills. We have a picture of Pammy on the back here in her full outfit from the show. Oof. There we go. Exciting, hot, sexy, and explosive. So this one comes with her sunglasses. I think it comes with a gun, maybe? And it comes with her little ID here as well. It's a cool set. The box has seen better days, but the doll itself is in good condition. And then we have this classic, which is probably going to be popular amongst my friends who live in the Detroit area. It is the Bad As I Want to Be Dennis Rodman with his interchangeable heads and clothes. He's got his bright pink hair, and then he's got the other one, I think it's with his yellow hair, perhaps? Yes, it looks like it. And also includes a basketball that goes with him, I think. Bad As I Want to Be, Dennis Rodman. There we go. What a great pair of outfits there. I'm sure all of you remember the kind of craze that Dennis Rodman's weird looks and everything were back in the day. I always liked Rodman. My mom loved Dennis Rodman until he started getting kind of weird, and then she lost her love for him, but she still loved him as a player. Anyway, there we go, Dennis Rodman. I'm not 100% sure that this is going to work for me to show you. Actually, that one's not going to. I don't think. Let me see if I can manage to do this here. This, I'm not sure if I can do this or not. Let's see. Or if you can actually see it. It's a Marilyn Monroe rug. It's a hook rug. And it is the Andy Warhol image put onto a hook rug. Here's the back. And we do have the COA on it as well. Which is here. I don't know how well you can see it from there. Certificate of authenticity. It's got their signatures. It's got this little information, how to care for the new rug and things like that. There's the back. It's blank. So that one is going to be heavy and bulky to ship. It may be something where I end up selling this one locally. So if you do live local here and you're interested, let me know. And of course, local is the Tampa Bay area. Those of you who live locally, new information, I have started setting up at the Ybor City Saturday Market on Saturdays between 9 and 3 for this month and March. And then in April, the hours will go back to 9 to 1. And I have a variety of vintage items there. I have vintage clothes. I have vintage smalls and some hard goods, home decor, things like that. So if you are in the area, come on by and visit me. I should be there this Saturday if you're interested. Let's see. This is going to be the fun part. I'm not even 100% sure what all's in here, so I sort of remember what all I grabbed, but honestly, it's been a while, so now I don't remember as well as I should. This, cool. In fact, I'm not going to try to even, because it doesn't stand up, obviously. But this cool bottle, it doesn't have a top, so you can see that. And it's got this, the rope for a handle to carry. I'm assuming this would be kind of like a flask, although it is kind of large. It's got kind of a cool, almost Celtic design, but I don't think it's a Celtic piece. And then there's the back. It does have a signature on it, which I haven't looked up, so I will be looking that up to see what that is. I'll just put her on here and spin her around a little bit so you can see the bottom and the top. It is a pretty cool piece. It's quite heavy as well, but it's probably going to be a lot easier to ship than Maryland. So this one I probably will list on Etsy or eBay. Oh, and that's another thing. I've started listing on eBay in addition to Etsy now as well. Because, well, I needed to sell some more things, and I just wanted to put some items on there that I hadn't actually listed before on Etsy. And I still have items on my website as well, on bukuvintage.com. So there's lots of different areas and places that you can buy items from me. So definitely check it all out. Okay, this is another great item. My friend Dan has an incredible eye. He and I used to thrift together back when we were in college. Now he lives in Europe, so he thrifts all over the place and finds these things that we wouldn't normally see here. We have this great Russian military wintertime hat. It's nice and fuzzy and warm. Has your insignia here. Has the hammer and sickle insignia as well. And then as you turn around, and I think I have a picture I took of him in it when I was there, but I'll have to ask him if I can put that as part of the listing because it was a great picture, in my opinion, but he may not be as fond of it. That is our top of the hat. And then the interior, like so. And, sorry about that. Sorry about bumping that there. You can see in there that it actually has the Cyrillic writing, which I can't read. But it looks like it may have a date that's rubbed off, although I'm not really sure. But yeah, it has all that. So somebody who knows Cyrillic, and unlike me, would probably be able to tell us what that says, but I have no idea. I have a bunch of larger things that are in bubble wrap, which I'm not 100% sure I can undo. So let's start with the smalls that are in easier to get into wrapping instead. We have this beautiful little stoneware jug. It's quite attractive, different shades of blue and purple. It's really cute. It's not too big. It is, let me see. We'll measure it, see how tall it is. Let's see. It is about 3.5 inches tall. It is obviously a handmade piece of pottery with this really cool drip glaze that looks like it's been worked on to give it a little bit more than just a drip glaze, because it has a little bit more sharp edges around this design here. I'm not at all a professional when it comes to knowing the names of glazes and things like that. So, and then we have the interior, which is clean. Looks like it wasn't used, actually. And then the bottom, which has a signature, but also has a label. Let's see if we can get that to focus. There you go. I'm not sure if you can read that or not. It says, Stoneware, handmade in Scotland by Valerie Olive, and has the address and telephone number and everything. So you'd be able to probably look up and see what other kind of work she's done. It's just a really beautiful little piece of handmade pottery. Although one little Satsuma plate and a little Satsuma vase did not survive the trip, it happens. I mean, it was shipped, like I said, from the UK to here, so lots can happen in between. But this little grouping of little miniature plates did. One of which is a Satsuma piece, which you can see here. We got the mark on the back. Satsuma can be kind of delicate, so I'm not really surprised that some of it didn't survive. And then we have a set of 4 that are with gilded rims that are all different colors, and these are Noritake. I have not, oh, look, it has the Noritake foreign mark on it. I have not looked to see if they belong to a particular set or anything yet, to be honest, because I'm just opening this up. So there's the blue. And then we have green. And the gilding is in good condition on all of these. Like I said, my friend has a really, really good eye. He knows what to look for. He doesn't buy junk, that's for sure. This one has a little bit more wear on it here on the glaze, on the edge. But the interesting thing is that the gilding is still mostly good. But it's lost some of the shininess there. But those are going to be all in one lot, the 4 pieces, and then probably sell the Satsuma separately. Here we have a little pillbox, it looks like. It's brass tone. It's got a lid. And then there is the lid, which is porcelain blue and white design with flowers. It doesn't have any marking on the bottom, so I'm not sure where it originated from, but it's a nice piece. The interior of it is pretty clean. It's a lovely little piece. I'm going to do some research on it because, again, this is my first time looking at this stuff since I shipped it back to myself. And I didn't do any of the research while I was there because we were just trying to get through everything in the house. It was an experience. The funny thing is I shipped a bunch of stuff to myself and there was still a ton of stuff left in the house. So a lot of which ended up going back to some thrift stores, or as they call them, their charity shops. So this is our next piece. Another lovely little piece of pottery. It looks like it says Toronto, Canada on the inside. Based on the glaze, I'm going to say, well, this was not my guess. McMaster Canada is the mark on the back. I was thinking it was a different company, but you can see it's redware, made with red clay. It's beautiful, beautiful tones of green and black, just gorgeous. Okay. And we have this lovely, lovely piece. The minute I saw this at his house, at the flat, I knew right away where it was from. This is made in Portugal, which is going to be my soon-to-be home myself, planning on moving to Porto, probably within a year or so. Anyway, birds, especially in this blue and white pattern, is quite a popular design for Portuguese pottery, along with roosters and fish. The fish motif is popular because of the Portuguese love for sardines, which I have not, as of yet, joined into. I'm not a big fan of sardines. So I do love the bacalhau, though. So this is a little two-piece set. I adore this. I'm very tempted, again, to keep this for myself. But again, I'm moving there, so I'll be able to find this kind of stuff for myself pretty easily once I'm there. It is gorgeous, though. I love, 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 love little eyelashes around the face. It's just super, super cute. The painting is really well done. Pottery is a thing there, which is one of the reasons why I fell in love with the country, because I love handmade pottery, especially kitschy kind of stuff like this. It's really kind of my thing. And then there is the mark on the back, hand painted, made in Portugal, hand painted by Mario. I will actually probably look up the other information that's on it to see exactly where it was done. But it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Here is another interesting little piece of pottery. It's from the UK as well. I love this color with the blue and the aqua, and then the motif of the tree. And I'm assuming that's another tree. And some grass and things like that. It's very cute. It's small. It is, what, a couple inches tall. Let's measure it real quick. Yeah, about 2.5 inches tall. It's a lovely, lovely piece. So, there's the top. Quite nice. There's the one side and the other, a little bit closer up. And there is the label on the bottom. I'm assuming it's signed underneath it. Roz Ashworth Ceramics, Oxford. So, and commissions welcome. So if Roz is still creating stuff, you may be able to get a commission from her. Another one of the things that I love dearly, Wade Whimsies. This one is big in comparison to most. I think this might be his shell, maybe? Let's see. Hopefully this is what it is. Yes. Wade which is another UK pottery company, made all of these little animals and things. The smaller ones, which are about half this size, are called Wade Whimsies. But this is also Wade. A tortoise. He's awesome. The shades of the brown and the blue together are just beautiful. His little tail. And as you can see, his top is separate from his bottom. So here's the top of the shell up close. There's the interior. And this kind of sits on the back here so that the shell doesn't fall off. So there's the top of him. There's the side with all the detail on the scales and stuff on his legs. Look at the look on his face. That tortoise has seen some stuff, guys. Has seen some stuff. And then Wade porcelain, made in England. I love Wade Whimsies, and I love Wade in general. I am a huge fan. As anyone can tell you, I'm a huge, huge fan of English pottery in general. My mom's family was English and Scottish, so I grew up in a house full of it. And because of that, I've always had a special place in my heart for English and Scottish potteries of all kinds. Definitely come check me out at the Ybor City Saturday Market if you are local here in the Tampa Bay area. If not, check me out at Buku Vintage on Etsy, bukuvintage.com. I'm also, I think it's Sherry Buku or Buku Sherry. Now I can't remember, on eBay. Let me see. I should know this. It is Buku Vintage Sherry is what my name is on eBay. Sorry about that. Not really coherent today. And then, of course, you all know what the YouTube channel is. It is Buku Vintage Stuff on YouTube. If you see anything on here that you're really interested in, please email me or message me and let me know, and I can tell you what the price is on it, and you can get first dibs since you're one of my video watchers. Again, you can message me at bukuvintage@gmail.com or sherry@bukuvintage.com. Anyway, thanks so much, my fellow vintage fans, and I will see you again soon.